Hello everyone, I'm Avadh. I'm dedicated functional consultant in D365 and this is my YouTube channel. Here I'm sharing my implementation experience with you all guys. So in today's topic I want to discuss you about the check setup because check setup is a very a rare topic which is covered by anyone. So here I'm going into the cash and bank management module. Over here we have a bank accounts, and in bank accounts we have a bank accounts session. So I'm clicking on bank accounts, so you will able to find out all the bank accounts. So here we have first is ICICI Bank. In ICICI Bank we have a manage payment. In managed payment we have a related information. In related information we have a checks. So here uh, from here we can create a checks, but before that we have a setups. In setups we have a layout, and in layout we have a check layout, right? So here we need to do the setup for the checks. Here if you will click on check number method, so we have a system have allowed us to do to print two type of the checks. First is a free checks and second is a fixed check. Generally we used to select the fixed check, then we can select electronic format for a check and we can configure the same, but I am using a standard one. In a standard we have a various kind of formats in the system, but US check format is a most common and usable format. Here we have an option to select the prefix. So here it's Indian company, so I'm selecting INR. And yes, so this is a layout. This is a Microsoft I mean a screenshot from Microsoft Doc only. So if you will see here, the paper length is a 11 inch, and check start date is a zero point 0.5, and number of copies is a 2. So if it is so, then check will look like on a top, but generally I suggest to do for on a middle. So I will start from 0.4 inch, and this is the third print setup where you can able to see that the check format is a downside. So I like to do from I'm not suggesting to use the uh, third setup. Better to go with first or second. I like second one on a middle. So so even so what we can do here, I'm selecting paper length as an 11 inch. Even you can select the unprintable margin and bottom margin as per your top and bottom margin which you don't want to print as per your requirement. I'm not selecting anything here. Number of slips I can select as in 2 here. Here I have selected 0.50. Will print will look like this. Even I will showcase you 4 inch also. Then you can select here bank account name, bank account number, company name and company logo. And here we have a option to select the signature. Suppose it's a predefined check, so we can add our signature over here. Suppose print first signature, right? And you can select you can define the limit also. Suppose I select the 5 lakh, so for first 5 lakh whatsoever print is there, my sign will come here. I have not defined anything for a demo, but you can do as per your company requirement. Here if there is a more than 5 lakh amount, then you can select the second signature for your CF or something, and here for till 5 lakh accountant and treasurer will be okay, right? Here if you want to do any watermark, but I have select as a none, and print signature as a void or print signature as a copy right now. So I've selected as a copy because we have not defined any signature right now. So let me check the print taste, how it is look like. Here I have selected non-negotiable check because it is a non-negotiable in a nature. So this is how our print taste is look like. So this is a 0.5 inch of gap on top, and this check 0 printed as a taste, it is written over there, that so that no one is do anything with this. And again here if you will see, print signature as a void and copy. So here it is a looking like copy, printing as a copy. If there is a original signature, then it will be showcased here. Then now I'm doing, I'm selecting 4 here, and I'm doing one more print test. So personally I like the second one. So this is a middle of all and it's look good. uh, so you can use as per your requirement and as per your liking. So this is a setup we have done here for our check layout. Now I'm going into the manage payment. In manage payment we have a related information, and here we have a checks. Even the same setup you can go with the here negotiable instrument and check numbers. So from 3, how much so I have for tasting purpose I have created 2 checks. For 3 to 7 I'm selecting 7 quantities. So so they will create a more 7 checks. So in manage payment I'm going into the checks. You will able to find 10 checks over here, but here there is a no check number. Now check date is there, because once you will use that check into the payment, then only you can see the date, otherwise it is a blank. So if you will not able to find the checks number here. So for that what you need to do, you need to select over here include checks without date. So you will able to find that there is a checks without dates and all day, because we have not used any checks till now except this one. So these all are blank checks. Yes, you can here create more checks from here itself, right? So let me create one more for you. Yeah, check number 10, it's created. You can delete those check also, right? You can go to the voucher from here itself, right? Even you can delete those checks from here, you can cancel also. We'll see later. Then apart from these two setup, the one more setup you need to do, you need to go to the account payable module. In account payable module we have a payment setup. In payment setup we have a method of payment. So in a method of payment, you need to create a one check a method of payment. Here it is a very much important. In a payment method you must need to select payment method as a check. So let me go to into the little bit detail that whatsoever what type of the payment method is there. Here you need to select check specifically. Here payment status must be none, right? Apart from this, you can select, it is not mandatory. Here bank account number, right? And apart from this, bank transaction type I have selected is a check, it is a mandatory one. In a file setup I need to set up the file as in check here, right? And over here you have a various payment controls. So here if you will select that bank transaction type is a mandatory. If you want to do enable this, you can do. Offset account must be a bank. In case of the check payment you can do. Check number is a mandatory. That's kind of the control you can set up here. Then in a set export format, here you must need to select check. So this all are a setup you need to do over here. Okay, so we have completed our setup. So apart from this, if you have a check payment and you are doing a payment against any invoice, then there is one option of a payment advice. So because it is a related setup and related concept, so I'm covering this payment advice in this call only. So in account payable, you have a forms. In a setup, you have a forms. In a forms, you have a form setup. So in a form setup, in a general, you have a print management. In a print management, you have a various type of the prints. Over here, you have a payment advice. You can click here and click on new. So this original default print will automatically come. So apart from this, I have not done anything changes. You can select over 1 2 copies. And yeah, so this setup you need to do for a print advice payment. Now I'm going to do any vendor payment. So I'm in account payable. In payment, I'm selecting vendor payment journal. I'm creating new vendor payment. I'm selecting vendor over here. Randomly, I'm selecting first vendor only. Right, my method of payment must be check. Right, payment status right now it's a none. Now what I'm doing, I'm selecting one of the open transaction. Okay, so now now if you'll see, the payment status is a none. Method of payment is a check. In a payment, a method of check is a method of payment is a check. Payment specification is not required in case of the check. In some of the case it is required. Now I'm generating payment. Here there is option of generate payment. Here here is the option here I'm clicking on OK. I'm selecting yes on payment advice. I'm this is check number 2. I'm clicking on OK. You will able to find that check is printed. So this is how my check is look like. It is a look in middle. Vendor name is there, right? And vendor currency is there, amount is there, right? Gross amount, payment amount. So a gross amount. So the payment amounts which we need to do actual payment, it is a 2017 invoice, and here the amount, payment amount is there, and you can see that because we have selected US check, it is in million. So this is a check look like. Bank account number is there. Here a company name is there, right? So this is check uh, print, and here we have selected payment and advice, and we have done the payment advice setup also. So here you will find the company name, right, and date, then address. Here you will see vendor and vendor address. Check number is a 2 here. Invoice number against which we are doing the payment. Invoice date, invoice amount, this is gross amount, this is a payment amount, right? And I think so the difference is of TDS, and this is a currency of payment, and payment date you can see here. So you can print it out, this payment advice also, and you can give it to the vendor. Then you will see that here payment status, as before it was none, now it is changed to stand, and there is a check number. We have used number 2, so it is automatically because we are using fixed check setup, so it is automatically use fixed check number. If it is a free, then you need to manually enter check number. Now I'm posting this. So now this entry has been posted into the system. You can see the voucher. This is a normal voucher. You can able to see vendor to bank, right? So now what I'm doing, I'm going into the cash and bank account. In a cash and bank account, we have a inquiry and reports. In inquiry and reports, you can see the checks here, and downside there is a check statistics also there. So here you will see that there is there is a second check number we have used. Let me open all check number. Right, this is a second number of check. You from here you can check the transaction, right? You can check invoices against which we have done the payment, right? And now here we have a few options. Let me explore this for you. Like here we can reverse this check. Once we'll click on payment reversal, this check will be a I mean voidable. Let me click on OK. So this payment is reversed and this check is marked as an void, right? Here you will able to see check as an cancelled. Here if you want to delete this check from 1 to 2, I'm not deleting both because we required one right now, so you can delete check exists in other than created. Okay. So if you want to delete the check from 3 to 10, you can delete also, right? So now there is only two checks here, both are cancelled, right? In a check status you can see because I have already generated this check statistics report before cancelling this, so you will see that first check is cleared, right? And I have reversed that, and the second one also is there on outstanding check, outstanding status. So this is a check statistics report. You will find all the checks and their status over there. So you can use this functionality through free check setup also. And this is it. I'm making this video very simple, and I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching this video, and please do subscribe for more such a knowledgeable video. Thank you all.